Hey, Sammy-doo, Real Estate Duru, coming to you live from Precious World Mobile Studios. I want to talk a quick subject regarding real estate wholesaling and on the subject of get out of your own way. The subject is get out of your own way. Hey, listen, so I talk to many folks. I've got mentees across the country, and not only just mentees, but just folks that's been interested in getting into real estate. And frankly, there's just so much excitement about real estate, which leads to a lot of talk, but it doesn't end in action. And what I have discovered, and I can say that I'm a personal witness to this, is that sometimes our inaction is because we are in our own way. I know when I first got started, it took me 10 months to get a deal. And a lot of that was because of me being in my own way. And in my case, I was actually taking some action, just all the wrong types of action. Once obtaining a mentor that can bring some focus to what I needed to do, it allowed me to get my first deal done, and then I've been able to acquire more deals thereafter. I'm north of 100 now, 4 years later. So I wanted to drop a nugget here that you have to get out of your own way. Listen, if you hadn't gotten your first deal yet, your second deal, or you just don't have a trend in your real estate business, you need to listen. It could also be because you are in your own way. What do I mean when I say that? Well, first of all, if you don't have a mentor, you're probably just lost anyway, because this business takes a mentor, just like many other high-paying, high-compensating businesses. And I am still available for mentorship as we speak in this video. I haven't maxed out my capacity on the ability to coach and mentor, and I do believe coaching and mentor is necessary in this business. It's two different things. I have a different video for that. But what do I mean when I say get out of your own way? Well, many of you, to include myself, was just so hyped up on the dopamine and the feel-good chemicals that happens when you start to get educated on real estate. You know, whether you've gone to a seminar or went through someone's boot camp, or even looking at YouTube and thinking you've learned some things. Let me tell you, first of all, you're not getting all the secret sauce in any of that. And details do matter in this business, and nobody is putting out details, because that's very valuable information, for one. And for two, there's enough of folks out there that's taking the information that's out there, and they still have that kind of jacked up. But what I mean when I say get out of your own way, you spend too much time in your head with ideals and brainstorming, and talking about a particular property, and what could happen with that property, and what could happen with your business, and how many deals per month you think you can do and that you want to do. And with all of that, you haven't done squat. You can't even talk about a property because you don't have a property. The only way you can talk about a property is actually having access to a property with a seller that wants to sell, that you're negotiating with, and then you got to a point where the offer that you want to make and the offer that the seller wants to receive have been agreed on. Now you got a number. Because any deal starts with the numbers. I don't care how nice the property is. I don't care how raggedy the property is, how distressed the property is. It all is contingent on the numbers if there is a deal. And there is more than just one number. But the beginning number is, what kind of offer can you get to be accepted for that property, period. And that's where it starts. And of course, it gets even worse if the offer is only enough for the property, and the property is already upside down. That might not be the best deal, depending on your situation. I know how to work with upside down properties, but it just, again, depends on the numbers. You can't look at a property, you can't dream about a property, you can't speculate about a property, about what's it going to do, until you start digging into the numbers. The only way you can start digging into the numbers is to engage with the seller, if they want to sell, first of all, if they're open to selling, first of all, and if they are able to accept the number that you are able to acquire the property at. Or if they're actually offering a number that they want to sell it at, are you able to accept it and make something work within your business, because you are versed in various exit strategies? So if you're not there yet, get out of your own head. Get out of your own head about your website. Get out of your own head about setting up an LLC. Get out of your own head about which type of bank you want to use. Get out of your own head about getting a realtor and making friends with a realtor. In fact, I have another video about realtors. But a lot of folks that I talk to, including my group of mentees that I have, and many that are just out there in the game, at least trying, or at least they think they're trying, doing all the wrong stuff, not taking appropriate action. I hear too much about folks, analysis paralysis. I am one of the worst of those. I'm a very pessimistic guy by nature. I'm a risk avertant by profession type of guy. And I was stuck in my own head as well when it came to trying to do real estate. Stuck in wanting to make sure I have the right infrastructure, making sure that I had the right power team, making sure that I had the right amount of capital and all this kind of stuff. Didn't even have my first lead. And I want to encourage you to get out of your own way. There's too much talk out there and not enough action. And also there's a lot of action out there that's all in the wrong places. And I want this to be a golden nugget for you. This channel is not about giving you the glitz and the glam of real estate, telling you how rich you can be in real estate, telling you how much of a great lifestyle you can have in real estate. That's not what this is about. This is about helping you to get your deal, helping you to get your business off the ground. And it's really a bit dirty. Real estate is hard and complex. There's nothing easy about real estate. I know there's a number of videos telling you how you can do virtual stuff and follow my system and it's easy. It's not, and it's not real. So many of you are buying all these different courses, buying all these seminars. Every time you sign up, you're buying a course. No, buy a mentor. Buy someone, and I'm not talking about a salesman. I'm not talking about a salesman at one of those seminars that you go to talking about real estate investing, and they're really just hired salesmen to try to get you to upsell about their little, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 program. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a real live coach and mentor, which those are hard to come because their time is valuable and their knowledge is valuable, and there's a lot of different trade secrets out there that is not in the public sphere. And you would only get that by having someone share that information with you. There are many professions out there that's no different. It requires mentorship and guidance, and that will help you get to your first deal. So again, if you need help, check me out, Real Estate Wholesale Helpline. You can see that link in the description. Book a session. And let's talk business. Let's talk for real. Let's get you going in the right direction and get out of this whimsicalness of trying this, trying that, trying this, trying that, not getting anywhere. If you've only done 1 or 2 deals and you stuck and you haven't done anything more, you obviously don't have a business yet. You want to have a trend before you can actually say that you're in the business. You want to be able to have a system of actionable steps that you're taking, that you're able to get, a deal a month, a couple of deals a month at least, and then you're going to look at how can you scale from there. But If you haven't done that, hey, reach out. That's what this is for. I've had the privilege of being able to leverage a mentor to help me through the successes that I've had. Listen, I had a advisory line from one of the seminars that I spent thousands of dollars to go to, where they say, hey, we've got a mentor line. Well, I had that. And as soon as I got my first deal done 10 months later, and then I started getting several deals done, I outgrew that advisory line because they were only sales folks anyway, and they were not versed in a number of different strategies. But fortunately, I was able to leverage a mentor on the street that's in the know for real, and was able to, I was able to leverage that knowledge and that experience to increase my business and my cash flow. And so I'm at the point now where I'm being told by my mentor to reach one, teach one, and to show others, and to avail myself to do that, because I stayed pretty quiet for many years about it. Like many, private investors are. They don't go around bragging about it. You don't necessarily see them coming, but I'm specifically wanting to help others. Not to mention that a lot of the incompetencies out there that's happening is damaging the profession, bringing bad reputation on a profession, which is going to, first of all, is upsetting to actual sellers that need to sell, and they need to sell, and you don't know what you're doing. And it's also upsetting to cash buyers like myself when we're dealing with incompetent folks that don't really know what they're doing, but yet they're fronting and coming across like they do, and you're reading between the lines, and it's like, oh my God, and you're wanting me to bring hundreds of thousands of dollars to your deal. That doesn't really work that way. And not to mention that there, because of bad mistakes that are happening out there, there is regulation that is being done by the different states to stop certain things from happening, because you got bad apples doing bad things, whether intentional or not, it doesn't matter. But they're bad apples doing bad things, and it gets the government involved, and now they feel like they have to regulate some things. So now things that we were able to do before, you can't do, and it's pretty ridiculous. So I want to do my part versus sitting back complaining and being silent about it, because that is happening in the real world, where a lot of us seasoned folks are kind of talking about how the industry is kind of taking a dump with all these new people in it. Instead of sitting there talking about it, I actually want to do something about it. I want to afford a limited amount of opportunity to help you. And so if that's you, there's a few links in the description. I've got a real estate wholesale helpline that you can book an hour with me to help get your business off the ground. We can have a good mastermind strategy session to talk about your specific business and what you need to do. Everybody's not the same. Not everybody's in the same place. I do have a private coaching and mentoring group that you can subscribe to. That's an ongoing relationship. And I also offer one-on-one personal relationship that we can talk about during the hour that we have our session, that I can kind of talk to you about what we can do you can get one-on-one access with me, not an advisory line, not a salesperson, but the ability to contact me directly with your deal, where I can help you and hold your hand through that deal. Not to mention, if the conversation is right, and if you're the right partner, I'll be willing to be boots on the ground for you as well. But if you don't reach out, then that's up to you. You can still be stuck in stupid and all that whimsicalness. But all seasoned investors have mentors. All seasoned investors have mentors. Do you have a mentor? Do you have a coach? And I do think that coaching and mentorship are two different things. I have a different video that talks about that. But listen, reach out. My nugget for you today is get out of your own way. Get out of your own way of thinking you got it when you don't.